So I think they started this madness in 2015, and
Yes.
we're gonna clean it up, because this Europe is dying, and I think this is what President Trump is doing now, after only one term of Biden's administration. So we have a very common grounds when it comes to the politics, especially with the migration policies.
Yes.
And I must say, Mr. Trump was an inspiration for us. That's why our campaign was based on Make Europe Great Again. And it's not like we are copying, because I think it's not about copying someone's political idea. It's much more than political idea. It's a common sense. The world needs it. It's not about America. It's not about Europe only or about Poland. It's about common sense around the world, because the wokeness is a cancer.
Yes.
It is a cancer to the societies, and we have to. The world is healing. That's what we see very often now. Yes, the world is healing, but the world is not healed yet.
No.
We have to work on it. So I think Poland is a very important part of the MAGA movement, mega movement in Europe, and I think that our cooperation, American-Polish cooperation, will change these factors, because Germany is trying to push America outside of EU,
right,
with everything, like, I don't know, like every country needs to spend money on new technology for army. Who has the newest, the most advanced technology in the world? America. But Germans are trying to take the money from the EU and spend it in Germany and in France, even though they do not have these technologies, even though they know they are not so advanced, and Russia would just eat them like a cake. So I think to us, to Polish, to Europeans, the most important is cooperation with US, because this is the smart way, with a smart man. And when you see history from our perspective, is completely different. Let's say, most of the politicians around the world has a different view on Germany, on France, on Sweden. Our perspective is different. Throughout centuries, from 15th century, that was a problem for us. Russia and Germany was always a problem. Partitions, that was a problem. Poland was not on the map for 123 years because of Russia and because of Germany. So our experience, neighboring countries, completely different. So we know that our history with US and partnership with US throughout years, throughout decades, proved that there was no war between us, no tensions between us. Reagan was the one who freed Poland from the communism with John Paul II. So our experience with America is natural, loving, caring each other.
And when Trump came in 2017, he spoke about this in his speech in Warsaw,
right.
which was just over here.
Yeah, that's right. I think that was one of the best speeches ever.
I'm biased, but I really do think that was one of his, because that was the speech when he talked about Poland and he talked about those issues. And it's not just because my ancestry is Polish, is he talked about how this is a fight for Western civilization.
That's right.
And that's something that goes beyond just America, Poland. It's actually the culture of Western civilization that has existed. You've given a great definition. I say it all the time, right? The Roman law, Greek philosophy, and Christianity.
Yeah, and
right?
Christianity not only as a faith, but as a culture.
As the value.
As a value,
yes.
Right? When you see Christian scientists, Christian literature, when you see anything,
Copernicus.
Yeah, for example, Copernicus, John Paul II, King Sobieski,
Gregor Mendel,
Marie Skłodowska-Curie,
yes.
Chopin. When you go name by name, century by century, you see how Christianity built this beautiful civilization, and we are losing it. So this war, my war, it's not a war of politician against politician. I don't care if I wear a suit, if I'm an MEP or just a Dominik from Poland. I care about the future of my family. My fight is my fight for my future wife, for my future children. My fight is the fight for my mom, for my father, for what I know, for my neighborhood, for my country. I see these buildings as my home. And this is not political talk. I do believe that this is my home. So we are fighting for a safety of our home, for the future of our home. And I do not want to be a grandpa who's going to be asked by a grandchild, Grandpa, what did you do when they started invading us?